Forget to be or not to be. The real question is, can you have a side hustle and keep your full-time job? The answer? Heck yes. I started my side hustle with a full-time marketing and communications position, and I grew it to where it is today, all while working a 9-to-5 job. It honestly was life-saving because, as you might know, your 9-to-5 job is sometimes lacking in the fulfillment department. That's why starting a side hustle is such a great thing to do if you're lacking creativity in your life. If you're looking for something that gives you purpose, or you just want to make a little extra money. But in order to be successful with a side hustle while you have a full-time job, there are a few important things that you need to keep in mind. The first thing that you need to do is to pick a side hustle that is aligned. What do I mean by that? Well, I talk a lot about this in another video where I outline how my side hustle, selling printables online, isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. And that's because it takes time and patience to get started. If you're looking to create a side hustle that makes millions of dollars with no effort, then you'll likely have to do something that is either unethical or illegal, or doesn't align to your core values. The truth is, creating a side hustle, no matter what the genre is going to take time and patience to create. That means you're in it for the long haul, which means that you can't just pick a side hustle thinking that you'll have it off the ground in 3 months. It's going to take some time and some dedication. And if it doesn't align to your higher self and your core values, then you're not going to last long enough to see it through. So if you're comparing side hustles right now, take some time to think about what seems fun to you and something that's going to light you up and make you feel good to do. The next thing you absolutely need to put in place when creating your side hustle alongside your 9-to-5 job is time management. Did you know I was going to say that? If you're a mom, you're probably already extremely good at doing this and you don't even know it. Getting all the things done around your child's schedule is a huge undertaking, but yet somehow we do it. We get it all done because we prioritize the things that need to happen. It's extremely important that you prioritize the tasks in your business that are actually going to make you money. We go over this extensively inside my signature program, The Abundant Girl's Guide to Passive Income with Printables on Etsy, where I teach women to sell printables on Etsy. And it's so important to prioritize the time that you have in the right places in your business. Because if you're going to keep that full-time job and the side hustle, we have to do things in a certain way so that we find the time to do both. This includes putting systems and organization into place to make sure you're utilizing your time in the right way. And one of the reasons I suggest this is to avoid burnout. After all, the reason why we have a side hustle in the first place is to create an outlet to express our creativity and feel like we have more time freedom and money freedom. We don't want it to feel like a chore or it defeats the whole purpose. Thirdly, isn't so much of something you need to do as much as it is something that you need to focus on. And this one is kind of dear to my heart because it's been on my mind ever since I started my side hustle, and I bet you can relate to it. And that is the idea that you finally want to make enough money in your side hustle so that you can quit your day job. I have dreamed of making enough money in my business to quit my job since the day I started. But here's what I have come to realize. It takes time, and not everyone is on the same timeline as you. So if you see that a lot of people around you are quitting their jobs to go all in on their side hustles, I want you to think about a few things. Many times, people are not telling you their entire story. They say that they're quitting their job because they're doing so well in their business. But in reality, they got fired, they got laid off, or their husband has enough money to support them. That's not always the case. But I want you to give yourself a little grace because we don't always know the full picture of what people are really doing behind the scenes to get where they are. I have learned that other entrepreneurs have quit their day jobs because they started making $20K per year in their business. Well, girl, I made $20K in my business years ago, and that's just not going to support the lifestyle that I've built in California. So please know that we can't be jealous of other side hustles when we don't understand that full picture. And that's why my advice here is to actually look at your full-time job as an asset instead of an obstacle in the way of going full-time with your side hustle. The truth is, if you didn't have your 9-to-5, you couldn't support yourself and spend your free time creating an amazing side hustle. right? All your free time would be spent looking for a regular job. Believe me, I have been there. And finding a job is a full-time job in itself. Am I right? So remember to be grateful for where you are right now. You are on a journey, and this is part of it. Next is something I decided to do very early on in my business, and that was to find a mentor. My very first online business coach is someone I still take advice from and follow online. She taught me the ins and outs of starting my business, which was such invaluable knowledge. And I didn't just stop with her. I have had countless other mentors as I've grown and pivoted in my business, and I'm grateful for each and every one of them. And even though I have spent thousands of dollars on coaches, I have made that money back 10 times over because of the things that I have learned. Being a type A person, a generator in human design, and an Aries who can think that I'm always right and I have to do everything myself, I always tend to think that I don't need someone else to tell me what to do. But it's that kind of egotistical thinking that gets us stuck, and it's gotten me stuck. And there's a reason why in the book, Think and Grow Rich, he talks about the most successful people of his time and how all of them were in what he calls a mastermind. A mastermind is when two people get together and work on a problem or towards a goal. Then a third mind is created called the mastermind. He described this as an energetic or a spiritual connotation. And I have observed this myself with working with coaches and in my coaching group in my business. When people come together to work on something, it creates a force that cannot be created on your own. It's why people pray or meditate together. It's not a bunch of hocus pocus. It really is combining your minds and your energy to produce a result. So if you're trying to do business all alone and not seeing progress, so many times it's because you need a mentor or a coach to help you reach that next level. And the last recommendation that you need to do to balance a side hustle and your full-time job is to always celebrate your small wins. There are going to be times where you are working inside your 9-to-5 job, wishing that you had more time to work on your side hustle. You're going to see all these other entrepreneurs making progress and wonder why you aren't as far as they are. You're going to wish that you were further ahead. But what I want to encourage you to do is to start realizing the small wins. I've talked about the gap and the gain in a previous video, but it's all about focusing on how far you've come versus how far you still have left to go. If you don't take the time to celebrate where you are and what you've already accomplished, you are going to get so bogged down and so discouraged because truthfully, there is always something to do in my business. There is always more time that I need to get all the things done that I want to do. But I just have to tell myself that I'm exactly the right place that I am supposed to be and celebrate how far I have come. Truthfully, if you are already an entrepreneur or thinking about becoming one, you are already so much further ahead than so many people because most people will not take the time to start one. Most people don't think something more is possible for them. Most people are caught in the cog thinking that traditional 9-to-5 is the only way or the safest way. You are venturing out into the unknown and doing something in your business that most people are too scared to do. And that, my friend, is one of your biggest wins that you should be celebrating. I am so proud of you for embarking on the journey of entrepreneurship, and I hope that you can celebrate yourself as well. Balancing a side hustle and your full-time job isn't for the faint of heart, my friend. It takes commitment and discipline, and these 5 tips will hopefully get you closer to the success that you want to see in your side hustle. So I hope it was helpful, and I will see you in the next video.